So Chef, what are we making today?
Today we're making zucchini chocolate chip cookies. It's a great twist on your traditional chocolate chip cookie, but it's great because there's zucchini in it, so children will get that great nutritional value.
Great. So where do we start?
First we're gonna start by, we have to cream our butter. Now creaming the butter is just, you want room temperature butter that's been sitting out for a little while. We're going to do 1 cup of unsalted butter, and we're going to put it with 2 cups of sugar. We're just gonna turn our mixer on. And what happens is when it's creaming, it's actually mixing your sugar and your butter together, and it's gonna make it nice and smooth so you don't have those gloppy chunks in it. Okay. So while our butter is creaming right now, we're going to start mixing our dry ingredients.
Okay.
Our dry ingredients, we have 4 cups of all-purpose flour, and then we're gonna add a little bit of salt, a teaspoon of salt, some baking powder. We just added the ground cloves, the cinnamon, and the nutmeg.
Okay.
And we're just going to just stir all of that together. And our butter is at a nice creaming, it's pretty cream right now, it's nice and smooth, and we're going to crack 2 eggs right into, let that beat up just a little bit. And you can see how it slowly starts to incorporate, and we can hit the speed up just a little higher on this so it incorporates a little more. And see how it's nice, silky smooth, that bright color. Second egg incorporated. Now this is the part that's very important. We don't want to add all of the flour, all of our flour mixture in all at once. We want to slowly incorporate so you don't get the chunks of flour right in. That's very important because when you're eating a cookie, the last thing you want is somebody to bite into it and then they have flour all over their mouth because it wasn't incorporated correctly. So just little by little. And slowly just start pouring that in. And in between this, if it starts to get too clumpy, what you're going to want to do is just scrape down the sides a little bit. Okay. But as you see, it's nice and smooth. You can really start to smell the spices that are in there because, as I said, it's not a traditional chocolate chip cookie. So it's like a spice cookie. It's very, very flavorful. We have 2 cups of shredded zucchini. Now this is a great recipe, especially in the summertime if you have gardens and everything. The kids can go out and choose their own zucchini. If you're not a fan of zucchini, squash works. I've also done this with broccoli. With broccoli, you want to cut the recipe in half because broccoli is so pungent. Okay. So it has that flavor profile that you're like, oh yeah, it's broccoli, here we go. So you want to be careful with that. But you can pretty much use a lot of different vegetables and stuff. Carrots are also great with this. And you can see the dough that's perfect cookie dough that we're looking for. Now with this, you can by hand mix in the zucchini, or else I like to put it in the mixer. And the reason for that is it breaks it up even more. Sometimes kids will see something green and they'll be like, I'm not touching that. This kind of hides it a little more.
Okay.
Just mixing it right up. Incorporate all of that right in. Also too, when I do this, I don't strain the juices out. It's the nutritional aspect of it, but also too, it moistens the cookie dough a little bit so you don't have that dry cookie. Sometimes you have that hard cookie that you're like, oh, I want a little softer. And at this point, we have our zucchini mixed in. We're gonna add a little bit of vanilla because you have to have vanilla with cookies. And then we have some dark chocolate. Now with the dark chocolate chips, if you want to use milk chocolate, you're more than welcome, but the dark chocolate, once again, that nutritional value. Dark chocolate is always good for us, it's good for the heart, and it's yummy. Right? I mean, come on. It's chocolate! Right? So, we're just going to add those right in. It's all mixed really well. And right here we have our sheet pan, but the parchment paper, it helps so it doesn't really stick, so you don't really need to use pan spray. You can if you like, but it's an easier, quick release with that.
And not using the spray also will not add extra fat and to the cookie.
Oh, look at that. That's so yummy looking. The one nice trick is to have equal size cookies. You know, even though they're homemade and stuff, a nice ice cream scoop style, or they have cookie scoops and everything. An ice cream scoop does the same thing with your little slotted handle. And what you want to do, because this dough, as you can see, it's very sticky and tacky, and you don't want to get stuck in there. So just a little pan spray right in there, rub it right there. We can just a little scoop, nice little pops. And this is also great for kids too. They can help you scoop it right on there. And then at 375, you want to bake this in the oven. If it's a convection oven, you want to do about 25 degrees less because of the circulating air of a convection oven. All right, so we're just going to put these right in the oven. there we go.
And chef, how long would those bake?
About 10 to 12 minutes, once again, depending on your oven. Only you know your oven and your range at home, so you can kind of finagle the time as needed. For me, I like to do them right at 10 minutes because I like a nice soft cookie, but sometimes, personal preference, if you like your cookie a little firmer and stuff, a little longer.
Okay.
But it's a great, tasty cookie. There we go. Put them right there. And of course, you need to try one.
Of course I
hot
do.
out of the oven. And what a great snack to have. You have a little nutritional value to it. Added with some whole milk. It's a yummy treat for the kids.
That's really good. You can taste all those spices in there.
And you can't really taste the zucchini. You know it's there, but the spices and everything really kind of take over the cookie and it makes it a nice flavorful treat.
It's got that crispy outer edge and that chewy middle. It's so good. I'm gonna try these with my daughter at home. So chef, I see a bunch of great ingredients here. What are we gonna be making?
We're going to be making a sneak shake, and this is a great way to hide many nutrients into a milkshake style thing that can also be a great breakfast or even a snack. There's a lot of stuff going on with this, and it's so flavorful, kids won't even know what they're eating.
Okay, I'm gonna taste it at the end and I'll let you know.
Alrighty, well, first thing we have to do is we have to make some green juice. And what it is 3 cups of spinach, and we're going to boil it in a cup of water. And then we're going to strain the spinach so it's all cooked up. And what you want to do is with this pulp, we're going to push the excess juices out, and that's all the great nutrients value of the spinach.
So
if you want to just right with the spoon, you can just push it right down. You can see all of those juices coming right down. And with the strainer here, you can hear it straining right out, and that's getting all of that great nutritional value. Now, the nice part about this is you can make it ahead of time, and with the extra liquid, you can freeze it and pull it out as needed.
Okay.
Now, with the green juice, what we can do is also you can put it into pasta sauces if you'd like. You can put it into other drinks. There's many different things, and it's a great way to just kind of get in those vitamins for the kids. Now, we have the recipes in front of you, and it calls for chocolate yogurt, frozen yogurt. We're going to switch it up a little bit to show you how versatile this recipe really is. We're going to use some vanilla frozen yogurt. So we're going to put that right in there, just about a cup or so. This is so yummy, and it's one of those things you don't even realize that you're eating good stuff. That's what I like about it. So with a little bit of the yogurt in there, we have some cocoa powder, a little bit of milk.
Now, is it the fat content of the milk? Does that matter?
It doesn't matter. Right now I am using 2% milk. Whole milk is great, and even almond milk or the coconut milks go really, really well with this too. Great. And then with this nice little twist, we're going to add some strawberries to there, nice fresh strawberries. If you don't have fresh strawberries, you can always use frozen berries. And then we have avocado. Avocado is going to add a great protein to this, and we're going to take a quarter of the avocado. The nice part is just take a nice paring knife. Be careful not cutting it all the way through. Scooping it right around, just like so. And that'll plop right in, just like so. And then, of course, some of our green juice, that little extra value of nutrients. Now, this is one thing that I love doing with kids when making this is you zhuzh it up. And so when you're mixing it all up, but this is where the kids can cut loose and they can just kind of dance around. Let's do the zhuzh dance. And that's the fun part. Press the button, zhuzh, zhuzh, zhuzh. Mix it right up, just a couple of seconds right in the blender. You want to add a little extra nutrients and everything to it. I like to blend in bananas right into it, even with the chocolate version. It's great. So here we go. Cheers. Cheers.
That's so good.